You are welcome to another episode of The Breakthrough with Abiola Iyiola. And today I have a producer, director, Feyifunmi Oginni. Feyifunmi Oginni is rising fast in the film industry and she's doing phenomenal work. And she's the one that produced the film Sole and recently Ajosepọ̀. Ajosepọ̀ is doing great numbers, and in our story you'll be seeing a bit of yourself. You'll be getting nuggets that will help you and guide you on your journey as you move along, and I believe that it's going to be a thoughtful one and you're going to really get inspired to create the best product of your life. So welcome with me, Feyifunmi Oginni. Feyifunmi is a producer and a creative and a creator that I love and I want to, hear from, particularly listen to some of our stories and how our journey began and how our path led to this place. And Feyifunmi is an inspiration to us. She will most likely say, "No, what are you talking about?" But she is I remember she's one of the people that I talked to first when we wanted to start, to say, "Feyifunmi, I just want to have you." And that came from a conversation we had maybe in that car. And I felt, okay. I want to get that story here. Okay. We had another plan for that story. Like we wanted to use it for something else.
True.
So, but then I felt this story, if it could inspire me this much, then people should listen to that story, because that story is a mix of, yes, you mentioned it, to say God orchestrated my way here. Then I am seeing a lot of, you might not see it as an accident, but at the point where you got your clarity and you stepped into that track, I felt that a lot of people will be merry-go-rounding around that side and be trying and be fighting, what do I want to do? But you got that step and you just moved on with it, and here you are. And I know that there will be a lot of people in your industry where, they are just there, like they're just also trying to figure things out. But okay, so a producer that started, some people will say, the one that started yesterday now has successful projects under our belt. Yeah, because for us, I think Sole was even projected in the big screen in church when that was the first introduction we had. Yes. And I was like, oh, Sole. Then I went to watch the movie. Then I saw Ajosepọ̀, and I'm so surprised and curious about the success of Ajosepọ̀. I would want you to first talk about the genesis of this, the genesis of Feyifunmi as a producer.
Genesis of Feyifunmi as a producer. Where do I even start from? Genesis of Feyifunmi as a producer it's a very interesting, God orchestrated, people driven situation. Honestly, I did not know that this is what I was going to do.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea until when I was just at the cusp of just entering this industry. And I've always been out there in terms of into the arts, singing, dancing, acting, the whole works, but it was never a thing of like I wanted to do it professionally. It was just a hobby that I was good at, and we'll sing in church, act in church, that kind of thing, do drama here and there, be involved in stuff like that. So it was never a thing I thought of that I would do professionally, maybe because of like my background and all of that. It just never occurred to me, honestly. And also, as much as I was out there in terms of all the acting and all the singing and all the dancing I was doing, I never really liked the limelight. So it was, again, I never thought I would pursue a career in this. So I left uni, and the first job I got was in a bank. And while I was doing that, I decided, okay, I want to pursue PR. Like I'm a creative at heart, so I feel like PR was a good professional, I could be in the corporate world that like everybody would expect, and now pursue a career in public relations. And that was what I was working on while I was at the bank. Oh, that even started from NYC. I started my exams. I'd done 2 levels of PR exams and all of that. And at some point, I just got tired of working in the bank.
Oh.
I just like, this is not for me. I'm tired, fully, like I was frustrated.
Wow.
And one day, one night, I didn't tell my parents. I was even with my aunt at the time. I didn't tell them. I just dropped my resignation letter
Wow.
at the bank. And
I want to get something. You dropped your resignation letter. Are you aware of what you are going into? Is there a plan in place?
No. There was no plan. It was just this thing that I'm doing. I am tired. I'm not doing it again. And I thought to myself, like, if I kept just saying because I don't have anything, I will be stuck here. And with bank jobs, it's even hard to interview for something else, especially for like I just started. I'd literally just finished NYSC and straight into the bank. So it was definitely going to be hard for me to like try to find something else without resigning. I'm just like, I need to do a hard reset here because I'd done 6 months at the bank.
Oh, okay.
But I just knew that this is not for me. I just felt frustrated. So I resigned, and I think this was on a Wednesday. My aunt came in and like, you are not going to work today. I said, Ma, I've resigned. Ha! You want one? Said all sorts. Did you tell your parents? I said, no, nobody knows. I'm just tired. I'm not going back to that place. Like, ha! Okay. You children, it's whatever you like that you could usually do these days. And I'm like, God, see, I don't know what next, but I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this bank job again. And before then, people that actually say, Feyi, you're an entertainment person. You're an entertainment person. What are you doing? Why are you not? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to pursue a career in that. Like, I don't think being in front of the camera, because honestly, at that time, the only thing that was on my mind was you had to be in front of the camera if you're in entertainment. So I'm like, like, do I want to be singing, or is it acting I want to do? Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not cut out for that life, And then on Sunday, Feyzo. So Feyzo is also a church member, and she's like an older sister that I met in church. And on a Sunday, mind you, I resigned on Wednesday, yes. Oh, wow. On Sunday, she calls me to say, Feyi, what are you doing? I'm on set. Feyzo has been a makeup artist for film for 20 plus years. So she's like, I'm on set, so they need waka pass. You can cuckoo act and you don't have anything that you are doing.
Wow.
And I'm like, yes, now I'm not doing anything. Where is the address? And off I went. It was just after service, and Feyzo had left church before service ended. Like, come and meet me, so please. And I got there and I did what I was going to do. And then she spoke to the director at the time, Lotana, and says, oh, this is my baby. Oh, wow. She's good at this. She's doing PR. She's trying to find her footing. She doesn't know what exactly to do. Help me take her under your wings. And that was on Sunday. And he says, oh, that's okay. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm not sure yet, but I can. Then he asked, what can you do? I said, I'm into PR. Like, I can do all your planning for what you're posting, for your films. If you have any films coming out, like, I can do that. He's like, okay, resume on Wednesday. So that was like Wednesday this week. I dropped my resignation letter. Wow. Sunday, I met my new boss. Wednesday,
you resumed in a new
role.
Wow.
And yeah, that was how the journey began. So watching him do his work and doing my own work, and then I started kind of assisting him more in what he was doing. And then he says to me one day, you make a fantastic producer. Like, I think you'll be suited very well to being a producer. And then, yeah, that is the journey of how I got into producing.
I followed you with rapt attention, because when you are watching wrestling and they say, don't do this at home. The hacks and the things you see done here are done by professionals. Don't try it at home. Exactly what you've done, because right now you have to read both ends before you advise anyone to leave their job. Yes, that is such a big big risk. And you went ahead, resigned your job without clarity about what next to do.
None whatsoever.
You were just not having it.
Yeah.
You were
I
fed
was
up.
just done. Yes.
And even more than that, I think it is more of, I wasn't made for this. And you just knew that my fiber will not like go into this. And I see a lot of people like, for economic reasons and some other reasons that they know, would want to head through that thing that they are not made for just because they want to make ends meet. And I think it is fine. But if we now see people like you who, despite the risk that it represents, or that the risk that is they go ahead to follow their heart. And now resign or relinquish that path to now look for something else. I think it is something to observe and maybe applaud, because if you have not done that, if you had not done that, God knows what
the journey would have been
probably you would have been used to it.
You know, get used to it and just
drag along.
Which was my fear, to be honest. I'm like, if I get comfortable in this thing, I will be miserable, but I won't have anywhere else to go. Maybe at some point, like, I feel I could have made my journey longer. Like journey to finding myself, finding purpose, doing what I love. It would just have made it unnecessarily longer, actually, because I would just get comfortable. I am meeting my daily needs, I'm getting income, I'm going to work, I'm doing the regular and all of that. There was also the point where I could have been afraid of, what would my parents say?
Yeah.
What would the family say?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of what ifs.
I'm going there because you know, you don't want to be at the direct opposite of the theory of your parents. You don't want to do, particularly, there is love at home. Why mess with the love that is at home? So, but then I saw that, and I'm going to get to that. But in your story, it didn't just start from where you were told to come and do a waka pass. You've been exercising and the reason why I want to talk about this is sometimes I look at these principles. You did not cut it out as a principle, but I look at this principle and I wonder sometimes how these principles do not get more sophisticated. Like, why not? Like, this had happened several times. Then let this principle be sophisticated. But it is not. You kept exercising and using your gift. You were doing it in church.
Yes.
And until an avenue opened up one day that demanded that skill, then you now use it for it. I think that is something that people should bookmark again and again. That the first part is where I recognize I have this thing, or maybe not recognize if there's an avenue for me to just use this gift. Let me use it, and something somewhere in the future, something will demand for it that I will be grateful that I actually exercise this and hone this skill. Thank you. That's very profound. That's very lovely. And then the part of, there is already a standard from home. I read that you had 19 doctors, medical doctors.
Yes, something like that across generations. In my generation alone, we have maybe 8 medical doctors.
Wow.
Yes, I'm counting correctly.
There will be engineers and lawyers in that lineage. Like people that your parents can look at you and say, don't you see Uncle Abba? Don't you see? I mean, why would your own be different? So how were you able to handle the fact that, I mean, I can't, using myself as an example, the reason why, even though I have a science background, I am artistically wired, and I have managed to combine both over years, because poetry, writing, one of the reasons why I've been able to is because I don't want to be an outcast of the family. I had to endure my way through the classroom to say, even though I don't like this, but my dad likes it, let me go through. But then I'm sitting with Feyi now, who is saying, to hell with this thing that doesn't resonate with me. I have something else that I think I should be doing. I might not have figured it out, but I know that this is not it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you now able to handle it? Because this is not just simple at the torrent of the cutting of the eye, the bold affirmation to say, the bold statement to say, if you're not doing this, I mean, how have you been able to handle this?
Honestly, I will give it to my parents.
Oh, okay.
There's that. My parents were never those ones that will insist that this is what you're going to do.
Lovely.
They were never the ones. So it made it easy for me to be able to make that decision. Apart from, obviously, there are other family members that do not understand that decision. And apart from the fact that I didn't have any, when you've seen somebody do it in your family, you're like, oh, there's that. I did not have that. So it's not like I had somebody that was in entertainment or this thing that I looked up to or something. Everybody kind of just followed the regular mode of being a professional at what they do. If you're in academics, you're in academics. If you're in, the medical profession. But I had parents that, my father used to say something, if it is clap that you decide in life that you want to clap, I will support you. But that clap, you will clap it to the point that nobody has ever clapped it before. Wow. That was my father saying since forever. Since I can remember from secondary school, when you start having to choose arts class or science class, and the school is saying your results was good enough for you to be in science class, so why are you trying to be in arts class? That kind of thing. My parents would say, like wherever my child wants to, let them go. So that's the kind of family I come from. So it made, even though they did not understand it, I won't sit down here and say they understood it, because it's like Igbo lottery. Where have you seen this kind of thing? Did you catch this Rema? So, they were really asking me all of those questions, like how, why did you decide? When did this even happen? And this is what you want to be doing. But they supported, so it made it easy for me. So by the time they found out, like maybe 2 weeks after I resigned, that's how I resigned.
You didn't tell them that?
I didn't tell them. And my auntie said, when you're ready, you let them know. Wow. So they found out like 2 weeks after. Like, Feyifunmi, you have resigned.
I wish that call was recorded. It should have been.
Feyifunmi, you have resigned.
Wow.
Why did you do that? What is this here? Why did you not even tell us in the first place? You didn't let anybody. You are so stubborn. Like, yes, I've resigned. Okay, so what's your plan? I don't really have a plan. Okay. I will figure it out, but I started working somewhere. Okay, that made them come, because this is 2 weeks after. It was within a week when I had resumed this place. I started somewhere. 1 man work. Are they going to be paying you? And honestly, it was not a paid job. Wow. It was sort of like an internship kind of thing, which is, maybe a point that I can talk on. Like, not everything is about money. Yeah. Especially if you're trying to get into a new field. You cannot first think about the money. Just first think about, what value do I bring? What value can I get from learning more? You're going to definitely gain value from putting yourself in a position where you are learning, you're getting into a new space, you're just soaking in everything. And there's also, what value are you bringing to the people that you're going to be learning, interning, whatever it is from. So I feel like we should not forget the place of when you are just getting into a new space sometimes.
Just calm down first.
Be humble. Humble yourself and see how that has helped my journey. Because if I thought, oh, they're not going to be paying me, maybe I should go and look for something somewhere that they can pay me. I have this skill that I'm using for them. Just maybe I would not have been where I am right now. But I didn't care about that. I was also, again, my father would always say, think about the value first, and the money will chase after you. Wow. And I've always held on to that. Like, think about the value you're getting and the value you're giving first. When you increase your capacity, the money will come. The money will chase after you. So I feel like that's also a principle that I put
That's
into
it.
it. So I had supportive parents that I knew that they will support me in whatever, even if they did not understand fully, and they will ask me all the questions in the world just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. Yeah, they supported me, and that's why I've been able to, even when family members ask questions and you can see I really don't care. I'm doing what I'm doing, and now that everybody is seeing how far I've come, no, those looks have reduced.
Yeah. So this doesn't take away from the validity of your story, but I am thinking and I'm looking at, okay, so it makes it a little easy that you have understanding parents.
Yeah, it does.
Then it also makes it easy that you have some kind of support and buffer so that you're not just jumping into.
Yes.
And that explains the reason why some people will be like, no, if I leave this job, what am I going to
I
eat?
going to do?
And yes, there is a risk part of figuring out what to do, and I hope that people who are in that phase will get the right guidance and the support
Hopefully,
and the direction that they need in order to pivot and navigate and leave what is not really paying them. But I think then in my mind I felt that this episode, for me, if I want to title it, is going to be like the finger of God.
Honestly, yes.
Yes, because you left somewhere barely a week and you have recommendation to intern in another role.
Else,
and all of the things that happened was between you, your commitment, your dedication, your learning, not putting money forward. And now you are a producer, because I know the title producer does not exist then.
No, it was not a producer role.
That is.
No, it was definitely not a producer.
So what role? At least you had a clear-cut responsibility in banking.
PR.
So yeah, so you were doing PR.
I just said, I can't, because it was like, okay, what can you do for us? That was, if I remember correctly. So what can you do?
Wow.
Or what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm not yet sure exactly what I want to do, but I can do this.
Yeah.
And it was like, how can that work for us? And I'm like, so your films, all of that. So if I didn't have that, or if I could not push that forward, I don't know that I would have had a place in that company anyway, or I would have been able to push for that internship. But I had that in my head, and I'm like, I could do this for you. And that was why I was able to get into that. Also, I feel like I was somebody that Feyzo could recommend, because then again, if you're not, they will not call you and come and say, please help me. Help me do this with this person, or put this person under your wings, or whatever like that. So I could say, okay, I can do PR. And that was what it was. Like, they had a film coming out, and I'm like, I can help with maybe planning social media posts, publicity stuff, and all of that, come up with ideas.
Wow.
And that was what I did at first, until it now morphed into
producer.
Producing.
So that
well, we didn't move into producing at first, because again, I started from the bottom, from being a PA, even assisted Feyzo as a makeup artist on set. So it didn't just happen like that. I happened into producing. It took, I mean, I was, there's the ranks, there's the production assistant, production manager, that kind of thing, till it got to where I could stand on my own and say, I'm a producer.
You grew through,
the ranks. Yes, definitely grew through the ranks.
How the journey in career and creativity is kind of structureless is mind-blowing.
Yes.
How nobody can say, yes, this is how it worked for me, then I give you that same template.
It's not one-way street.
Like I have never heard career transition the way you characteristically define and describe your process. And I think that everyone has their own unique process.
Yes.
But if we trust that process, I mean, it does. Yeah. So I say that I don't trust the process. I don't trust the process. I trust the person behind the process, their hand behind the work.
The hand behind the work.
And you've been able to trust that hand.
Yes.
And follow through. And you grew through the ranks, and now you are here.
Yes.
And also there's something very notable about your story that I really, really made a mental note of, and that is how, when they asked you, what can you do for us?
Yes.
You said,
I had something.
At least, even though I didn't like the banking job, I felt that I am a PR person, I could bring that value to the table.
Yes.
But you now broke the heart of the PR along the way.
I broke it too. I fully broke it. Yes, because I feel like PR2 was just something that I was trying to. I think it's close enough. I can be creative in this role and not have to be in front of the camera and not have to fully go into entertainment. I can still unleash my creativity with coming up with ideas, stuff like that. And that was why I chose PR in the first place. It felt safe. It felt like something that my family members would understand.
I love that.
It felt like something that, it won't be just so out there. Because I know that I had supportive parents, so quite all right. But then again, I wasn't sure how far I could push that support by bringing in something that is just totally way off the radar of what we are used to seeing,
Wow. The way I'm wired to think in episodes and chapter, maybe because I'm a writer. Then we have gotten to the place where, yes, the finger of God. Now, this part of the discussion is where I'm trying to fit myself into this box. Then I tried so hard, but I see that there are still limitations for me.
Yes.
And now this is the place where you say, I have wings to fly out of the boundaries that exist.
Yes.
So even though PR was looking like it,
it.
And this is not to say that any field or any discipline is not good or any career is not good, but we are saying that based on what you know about yourself, your calling, your gift, your journey, even though you don't have the exact and the eventual picture, what you know now, can it suffice in this box that the society, the community, your discipline has built for you? Then you snapped out of it.
Snapped out of it.
Wow.
Snapped out of it fast.
A lot of people are maintaining, trying to let me see. Yeah, the problem is not the box. It's my wings, probably. Let me just try to manage myself. And you did that, and it was the story is different today.
Yes.
Let's talk about the story that is now different today. Yes, I know you have said it repeatedly to say that, I don't think I have blown. I don't think I have. But we know that something has actually happened or is happening to that story. That story is modifying itself, and it is expanding, and it is becoming something else. There is Sole. Yes. That I just came back from church that day, went back to check Sole, they said Feyifunmi, and it was such a big one.
Yeah.
And now we are talking Ajosepọ̀, which has lots of ranks on its shoulders now. And it is the highest grossing, is it the second highest? Third highest grossing film of 2024.
Yes.
And the highest grossing is it?
Yeah, that makes me the highest grossing.
So that makes you the highest.
Yeah,
grossing.
Fourth highest grossing producer.
The fourth highest grossing film producer for 2024.
Yes.
And let's talk about how that makes you feel.
Humble and grateful, and you're happy to see small me that I used to follow. I've done all sorts. Followed people that have formal education in this thing that I do. In Nollywood is a lot of learning on the fly, learning on the job. And that was something that I didn't want to do. I felt like it would be better to actually learn formally, have proper education in this thing. So I made that decision that, okay, it's time to do my master's. And I was going to do my master's in film. So I went away. I did my master's in the UK.
Awesome.
For 2 years.
Awesome.
So I left 2018, came back 2020. And it was like I was going to start from the scratch all over again. People had moved on. People had moved on, things had happened.
For this very thing that you went away for, you came back and the room has changed.
Yeah, everything had changed. People had moved on. Things were, you need the connect. You need people to know you and know what you can do before they call you to do stuff for them. Do you get? So I got into extinction. So when I was coming back to the country because I knew I was going to come back. It was not I went to do
Jackpot
film
thing.
and no, it was not a jackpot thing. It was I want to go and learn and come back and use my skill in Nollywood kind of thing. So when I was coming back, I started sending messages, DMs, emails, sending my CV, sending to everybody and anybody that I knew in Nollywood.
Wow.
So I'd reach out to quite a number of people, and for a year, really, I just came home and didn't have nothing, didn't do nothing, didn't do a lot of work. I was just,
There's a lot of patience there.
It was a lot of patience and a lot of tears and prayers. Like God, I'll just beg.
Why did I travel?
Because then it was why did you come back? What are you coming back to do? Why did you have to come back? You could have just keep growing your career. Nobody's coming back to this Nigeria again. So I had to deal with that as well. And when things felt like it wasn't going right and I was just sitting down there doing nothing as well, it was like, why did I come back? Maybe I should just have stayed back. But honestly, I knew that God was not saying at that time to stay back in the UK. So I didn't even try to do anything to make me stay back. It was coming for this master's and coming back to Nigeria to come and do stuff in Nollywood. And I felt like that was exactly how God was leading me at the time. So as much as I didn't regret it, I started feeling bad. Oh yeah, maybe I could just have stayed and be picking shifts or be doing other things,
Which you could have done.
Which I could have done easily, but
2018, Jackpot was not even a thing.
It wasn't a thing. It was not a thing. So it would have been very easy for me to go and stay. And by now I would have been a citizen because I'm 18 till now, that kind of thing. But it wasn't what God was saying at the time. So I came back and I just kept praying and hoping and doing the work of trying to get people to notice me, or I not notice me or I perish, but just put myself out there for people to see me. And it happened that I got introduced to Kayode Castle.
Okay.
And I just kept going into his DMs each time. Like, don't forget me if you have work. Don't forget me if you have work. I can do this. I can do that. And one day, I just go back to his DM again. That please, don't forget me. I heard from somebody that you are going on set, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm going on set. This was a day before. Like, do you want to come? Like, do you want to be on set with us? We are going on set from so. Are you free? I'm like, if I'm not free, what am I doing? I'm more free, I'm very, very free, And I went there. It wasn't a paid gig again. This is me who has gone
to the
done masters in the UK.
Spent money.
Do you get? I just knew that as soon as somebody gives me the chance to see what I can do, I will show you
what
I can do. And that was just the mindset that I had. Like, I will serve, I will do. I don't need to even do high standard, whatever. If it's PA work, I will do it. I don't care that I have a master's degree in film and television production. That doesn't even count for anything right now. What counts is, let me just show what I can do. And I went on set. That was on Dwindle. Awesome. If you check my credits on Dwindle, you see actor, you see third assistant director, you will see production coordinator, because everything that I needed doing, I did.
You saw that opportunity and you seized it. Yes. You made a statement with it.
I did. And after that was when he called me for Sole. And that was how that journey started.
What people call an overnight success does not apply in your story at all. It's been a sequence of
different journeys,
doing different things,
yes,
including the not very comfortable ones, to say, God, where are you? I mean, I've been waiting, and you got that opportunity. You got your foot in the door, and yes, you took that opportunity and you aced it. So lovely, so lovely. So this is like a master class for someone who will be like, okay, so maybe I'm not just going to try too hard. Am I not good enough? Don't you know how educated I am? I just came back from the UK. Don't you know? Your accent will just change all of a sudden. But then this is you saying there's a God part and there's a me part where I'm sending. God knows how many DMs you send.
God knows. God knows. I sent DM. and just kept trusting that something will happen. And it did not happen until 2021.
Okay.
Since I came back January 2020. But we kept believing, I kept trusting, I kept pushing, I kept showing up.
Awesome.
So till we got to the point, and it was working with Kayode Kasum that kind of opened that door to everything else that you see today. The Feyifunmi, the producer that you know, it was working with him from Sole to Obaram to Iliowo to Domitila, which was like my first produced, like full producer credit. I was always like associate producer.
Oh, okay.
And then that went on. I have quite a number of projects right now that have not come out yet.
Wow.
That I'm like full producer credit. Then Ajoshepo.
Ajoshepo.
Ajoshepo is the one that is the most popular, the one everybody knows, I believe, right now. And that's now giving me all this thing. So me being nominated for Future Award last year.
Oh, awesome. Lovely. The path of the righteous, the Bible says, keep shining brighter and brighter. And we trust that most people would say, yeah, I want to be humble about it. I don't want to talk about it yet because I'm hiding something bigger. And but then thank you for forwarding us into the pages of your story so that at least we can glean and see what went well for you and what we can learn from your own experience. If there is, if you have a minute or two to talk to creators, to talk to creative people who are gifted and how, whether film, regardless of their industry, what would you consider like the greatest challenge that people face when it comes to creating great work or being successful or something very similar to that?
Which is one of the things, honestly, when you were mentioning challenges, I feel like sometimes we're our own biggest challenge.
How?
In terms of, I think creators tend to overthink things a lot.
Oh.
And if you don't do it, you are not doing it. And if you don't do it, you will not get better.
Oh, wow.
And if you don't put it out there, you will not be able to say, I've done this, I've done that. And you're only better than
the last
thing that you've done. And this is something that even I am still learning, honestly. Oh, awesome. I did a short film in 2019, and I refused to release it.
I saw that. I think we had a discussion about it, and I was like, how?
Why?
How?
Just because I watched it and I'm like, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, so I'm going to keep it and nobody's going to see it. And then I thought to myself, why? Why?
Why?
You are only a failure if you decide that you're a failure. You've only failed if you decide that you failed. Because, again, there's no failure anywhere in my own opinion. Oh, wow. Especially as a creative, it doesn't really matter. If you're creating something, you're creating it for yourself, creating it for the fact that you are letting out something. It doesn't matter if 10 people
appreciate it or acknowledge it.
Just keep doing it. And I feel like that's, even to myself, now I've done another short film.
Awesome.
Which will probably be released sometime before the end of the year. Because I'm trying to push the directing side of me more than just the producing, which I feel like we're already getting to the point where what is left now is just keep doing bigger and bigger projects. Yes. So what I would advise creatives is just put it out there.
Oh, wow.
Don't give two hoots
about.
Just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more people are able to say, this person can do this. You get better opportunities. You are able to say, I have done this, when you are trying to pitch for something else. But if you've not done it.
I kind of feel very proud right now. I mean, I feel very proud that I am sitting on the second episode of a podcast. And the first one is out. This is the second one. And, you know, I am different from a barren creator. I put it like that. Like, yeah, I've done something. So if you ask me and I'm like out there, then I can say, like David would say, I have killed the boar.
Thank you.
I have done something. I have a resume. So it's different from someone who has not done anything. then you want people to trust you, then you want people to give you opportunities and all that. Thank you. That word came this direction.
You came in this direction too.
Because
As I was saying it, it was
Yes,
choking my body too.
I caught
Because yes, I'm trying to learn. And another thing is, don't be silent about your work.
Oh wow.
If there's one person that I know that is very silent and very
Oh wow.
and it doesn't pay anybody, because people that don't know up to half, what am I saying, half of, or they've not done up to half of what I have done or what I'm capable of doing. They do the least possible thing, and it's everywhere, all over the place.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's something I am learning as well at the moment. Like, be loud about your work. There's nothing small. Like, it doesn't matter how small you think it is. Big it up. Make noise about it.
Big it up.
Make noise about it. It's the person that makes the others know that they hear.
Oh wow.
It is that person. So I'm myself. I am learning now. Like, you will not hear the last.
The team should hear this now. That the Breakthrough series, the Breakthrough podcast is everywhere.
Sell it. Make it big. It doesn't matter how small you think it is. Because I've seen that the industry that we are in, industry, the world that we are in today is the people that are able to shout.
Wow.
That people notice. Those people know. So 2 things, put it out there. It look bad.
Put it out. Let people be the judge.
It's not good enough. Put it out there. Just let people see what you're doing. And the more you do, the better you get. Also, make noise about that thing that you're putting out there that I think is not good. Wow. I've learned it. Somebody like me that I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. When people are saying, I'm like, yeah. But I'm learning now that post it on social media. Post it everywhere. Make noise about it. Talk about it to people. Do you know that? Because at the end of the day, people that make noise that people see.
That's
what I'm learning.
It is people that make noise that people see. And we have the privilege because we don't just make noise. We don't make empty noise. People who are doing something that is even less valuable, they are everywhere. I mean, people setting ring light everywhere. Like, people are just everywhere doing stuff and shouting about what is not even so valuable. Yeah. But then, particularly if you now have something valuable up, you have a product, you have a service, you have a brand, just let people know about it.
Push your brand. You're your own brand influencer.
Oh wow.
First brand influencer. I'm learning. I mean, it's not easy for somebody who I really do not like being in the spotlight. It scares me, but I know that is the life I chose, and that's the life we're in now. It doesn't even matter if it's in entertainment or creativity or anything. Right now, it's anybody that, even business people now, everybody is a influencer, content creator, putting themselves out there. So it's who can shout the most that people see.
Yeah, that's I would inscribe that as we move forward, as we move on, and I know that people are also listening, and it is great that it is coming from you. It is not somebody who just wakes up in the middle of the night and try to wax philosophical. It is someone who is already there, who is living that experience, and is saying, now put yourself out there and talk about the things you do.
Important.
We are very grateful to have you. Thank you.
Humbled.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because this time, like, what do I know? What am I saying?
Thank you.
I hope that people have learned.
I've learned a lot, and they've been able to maybe see themselves through your story and see what they can improve on. Or we have the privilege of having JB's Confectionaries provide cake for this episode. It is such a lovely one. I say that JB's Confectionery makes the yummiest cake. Thank you for being a partner, for supporting us. And also, if you're wondering, let me take my outfit was provided by Boom Fashion. Boom Fashion, thank you for styling me. This is so lovely. And thank you. Yeah, my team said you outdid yourself. This outfit really looks nice, and I love it. Thank you for being a partner of the Breakthrough with Abiola Iyiola, and you are the one funding and supporting this very interesting conversation that we are having. And as is customary on this show, I will sign a copy of Drive.
No, let the camera see. I got Drive.
Thank you so much, Feyifunmi,
Thank you for having me.
for being on The Breakthrough
pleasure.
with Abiola Iyiola. And we trust that the story, the thought, the conversation will help someone out there as they navigate through life. It is not small. It is not small. It is very, very symbolic. And to our viewers, we would love you to join us for the next episode of The Breakthrough with Abiola Iyiola. It's going to be a bang.